Hey everybody. So I'm working on a project to make like a camping battery powered inverter thing so I can have some electric when we go camping. And I picked up a bunch of these batteries off eBay. They're 8 amp hour 3.7 volt litho cells. I got a ammo box with a battery indicator on it. I got a bunch of fuses, some terminal blocks, there we go, inverter, and some BMS boards for 12 volt 3S. Let's see where we go from there. So, now that I have this done and a mess made, so I have 3 of these battery cells with BMS board on each one. Yep. Positive and neutral coming out of them. So I got 3 of these. It's all set up. Fit pretty nicely in the ammo case. Okay. So now I plan on putting them to these bars and then being able to hook them up to other things, like this guy. I'll get that set up, and well, actually another thing I need to put in the port for the charger for my solar panel. So what I have in here is 3S battery packs that are 3 of these, so a total of 12 of these 8 amp hour packs in here in a 3S configuration using, you know, your 3S 20 amp BMS boards, and hopefully they work. I tested them, they seem to be alright. So what I have there is I have a 15 amp fuse on each one of them, going up to a, let me see if I can turn my camera so you can see that. Two bus bars with 15 amp fuses to each one. And I thought I'd be able to fit 16 of them in here, but once I have everything all wired, I can only fit 12 of them. So what I want to do is I want to wrap these with, you know, tape, get everything all nice and compact, put it back in here. I got this inverter, so you know it inverts and puts 120 volt to here. So I'm going to come off the side with 2 120 volt plugs. Put in the top a 3S battery indication. So it shows, there we go. And then it also shows the voltage. Maybe. There we go. And then you can shut it off. So here, I think I'm going to put this back in the plastic case it came in, and then just run my wires out so I can have these in the side. And then I'm going to take this and put it in the top right there. So hopefully that'll work pretty good. I'll bring it back when I have some more done. Hey everyone, so I'm pretty much done now. Now this definitely is not my finest work, but I'll take you through it. This should pretty much work for what I wanted to do. So what I got is a, you know, battery monitor. Tells you how much is left in it, 48%. That's for 3S batteries, so that's 3 lithium batteries in series, right? Which I actually have 3 lithium batteries, 3 12 volt lithium batteries in parallel that are 3S. Tells you my voltage, and then off. Here we have USBs, and I did a pretty shitty job of cutting that in there, and what I can do is I can turn it on just like that. Also tells me the voltage there. That I might cover up because that's really bright, and in a tent that's going to irritate me. Then, on this side, we have 120 volt, and you can see what a crappy job I did cutting those in. But, if you turn that on, I have an inverter in here. And I don't know if you can see it, but I'm getting 130 volts. 130 volts. I put a port up here. It's an 8mm jack for either a 12 volt charger or a solar panel. So, I'll show you what's inside. Now it's a mess in here. I'm going to raise the camera up. 1 second. So what I got is an inverter right here. I have 3 battery packs, which are consisted of 3 of these each. So there's a total of 12 in there. I wanted it with 16, but it didn't fit. These are 3.7 volt, 8 amp hour. And you can see kinda everything's packed in here. I showed you on the other video here, but everything's really crammed in there, and I got everything fused, so if something does happen to short, it'll just short that out. And that's pretty much it. I think I'll put some silicone on everything so it's kind of sealed from water or any bugs or whatever getting in there, and that'll be it. I'll hopefully make a nicer one next year. So I'd like to do a quick comparison video. This is my Gold Zero Yeti, and it's a little older one. I've had it for about 3 years. I've actually had to replace the battery once in here. I think it's like a 12 or 14 amp hour battery. It has obviously 12 volt, the USB, and the 120 volt AC. Basically you just press the button and you can use whichever one you want. It has an input for a solar panel or charger. And you know, I've taken this to Canada and it helped out a lot, and it came with a 15 watt panel, which doesn't really keep up with it if I charge my cell phone or anything else. It won't charge this in a day. But other than that, this thing's worked pretty well. The only problem I have with it is it's so freaking heavy because it has a lead acid battery in it. And I've had to replace that battery once already. I don't know if it was just a fluke or whatever, but you know, I'd have to do that. This one weighs about 2/3 of what this one does. And instead of a 14 amp hour battery or 12, it's got a 24 amp hour battery now. I got 2 120 volt plugs, and I have 4 USBs instead of 1 and 2. So I guess I'll find out if this lasts all year. I'm gonna get a different solar panel for this one. I've seen I believe it's a 55 or 60 watt foldable panel. I'm gonna try to get one of those and test it out with this thing to see if it'll keep it charged up during the summer. I'm gonna throw this on the charger, see how long it actually takes to charge. Thanks.